This is Dave Ainsworth. It's Thursday, June 6th, 2024. And I had an experience tonight that I feel like I need to share. My father is telling me that I should share. I do bar security. And tonight I was working in Edmond at a college bar that I worked for a long time, and I left for a little bit. They asked me to come back, and so tonight I was leaving said establishment, and I really wanted to get home. So at 2 a.m. it was I wanted to kick everyone out of the bar and just go home. I just want to go home and rest. And I had a patron that he needed a ride. He was heavily intoxicated. He was supposed to ride with a friend. Just right before the bar closed, his friend left him. He's a very well-known patron. He's a nice guy. He's a great dude. So I offered to give him a ride to the bar. Closed. 2 a.m. hits. I wanted to. I parked on the opposite side at another business, and I wanted to just go to my truck, and I told him, just wait here. I'll pull the truck around. Oh, I'm gonna go with you. And that's okay. Well, come on. My driver's side door is broke. I have to get in on the passenger side right now. So I get in. He gets in with me, and he lives not far from the bar, but it's kind of it's a little rural. It's just a city, but it's kind of far. So he had somebody in his group tonight that she was an African American female, and she hates Donald Trump. So she starts talking noise about him, and so I'm diplomatically debating with her. Well, who do you think the economy was better with, Donald Trump or Joe Biden? She commences to tell me that she's a hardcore Democrat, but she doesn't agree with Joe Biden's new policy. She doesn't agree with how he's running the company or the nation, but that Donald Trump says a bunch of stupid things on Twitter. Anyway, so my friend, he's Democrat as well. Well, he's a Republican, but he's a lot of Democrat views. So I sit in his driveway with him, and for about 35 minutes, I'm showing him all these clips. He's like, well, Trump's indicted, he's going to go to prison. Is he though? I mean, the whole nation knows that he's innocent, and that this whole trial was a farce, and every person in this nation knows that he's not guilty, but even though he's found on 36 counts, whatever. So I'm showing him all these clips. I sit there for quite a while. Finally, I'm like, I saw my last one. He's like, okay, I gotta go inside. Okay, here's my dog's barking. Yeah, that was cool. So I go to leave his house. I'm leaving a part of that city that I don't normally venture. I don't know my way home. But my phone is at like 3% battery because I've been showing him all these clips. So I go to pull up my maps, and I go to look, and I'm just going to scan over and make sure I know the way home. And right then, my freaking phone dies. Okay, I guess I'll find it on my own. So I take off, I start heading in the direction that I feel that the city is. And I'm just driving. There's one 7-Eleven that I stop at. Just get some milk and some stuff on the way home. It's like one business, and like all. I'm coming up on dirt roads now, but I stop at 7-Eleven. As I'm purchasing my stuff, the clerk behind the counter says, "Hey, do you have car insurance?" Yeah, I've got car insurance. The fact is, I recently lost my day job, and I do not have car insurance right now. But he commences to tell me, well, that's good because there is an Edmond policeman that sits right up this road, and if you're headed towards I-35, he rests in a kind of secluded area, and if you drive by with no insurance, he's going to run your tag, and he's going to see that you have no insurance. He's going to stop you. Oh crap! Oh wow! What man? So what's the better way to the city? Everything's too far. Everything I can't go north, can't go south. This is pretty much my straight shot. He said, "You do have car insurance." I was like, "Well, I don't know if it's lapsed or not." Listen, this is a foolproof thing. If you get over the hill and the light is what do you say? He said if the light is red, if you go 50-55, you will pass him. But if you're going 50-55, that light should be green by the time you get to it. And once you hit that light, once you go past that light, it's about a football field's distance, and then there will be a speed limit sign for 50 miles an hour. Once you hit the 50 mile an hour sign, that's the end of the city line, the county line, or whatever. So that police officer will stop and turn around, and he'll just leave you alone. Okay, well, I appreciate that intel. So I'm like, what are the chances? What are the chances that the cop is really sitting up here? So I'm like, nah, the speed limit is 45. I'm like, well, if he is sitting there, it'd probably be better if I didn't speed. I don't want to get his attention. So I'm coming up where he says the cop is normally, and I'm like, I don't see anybody. So I'm just gonna go 45, and I'm coming. And as soon as I get over that hill, now the light that he's talking about is right up the way, and it as I'm coming up over the hill, it goes from yellow to red. Well, crap. He said if it was green or yellow, I should stay at 45 so I don't get the extra ticket. But if it's red, to just go ahead and hightail it, and you'll be fine. About that time, I noticed the glare of some tires over on the right-hand side. I'm like, holy crap, it's the cop. It's the cop he warned me about. So I'm like, oh crap, okay, well, he said 50-55, so maybe if I just go 50, maybe I'll go too fast, maybe I'll have time to run my tag, whatever. So now I'm going about 52 miles an hour when I pass this officer. The officer, I see him pull out. I see him in my rearview mirror. Oh, great. Oh my God, that's all I need. Is to get pulled over right now. And so I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna hit that 50 mile an hour mark. And so I was like, God, I don't even care if the light's red. Shit, I'm just gonna drive through it. So I start getting my car up to 52, 53 miles an hour. And I'm coming up this red light. I'm like, oh my God, he said this thing was gonna change. I'm creeping up on it. I'm like 20 yards, I'm like, well, now I gotta brake. Now I'm gonna get a speeding ticket and no insurance ticket. And so I'm just like, oh God, this all sucks. The light turns green. Oh man, oh, it's great. So I go. I was like, and I'm going 58, 60. I'm trying to hit this 50 mile, and it's just like less than a football field. I see the 50 mile an hour sign. Okay, I'm good. Yes. So I passed the 50 mile an hour sign. Oh, good. I've hit the city line. Now he's gonna turn around. My man doesn't turn around. He keeps following me, and he's speeding up. He doesn't have his lights on. Now, I'm watching, and that light goes to change as he's creeping up on it. So, he stops for a brief moment, and I'm like, oh, good. He was right. I'm clear. The officer turns his lights on, not siren, just lights, and he goes through the light. Now, he's right behind me. He's about 2 football fields away, but he's coming up fast. Oh my God, my man led me wrong. He told me wrong. This cop's coming for me. Oh my God. So now I'm going like 55, 58 miles an hour, and I'm trying to outrun this police officer before he catches up to me. And now I'm coming up on dirt roads. I'm zigging, I'm sagging. This cop's still coming. Now his lights are on. His lights are still on. So he's coming. He knows that I've seen him. Shit, I gotta do something. I gotta do something. So I pull, like, as soon as I get up, there's this little cul-de-sac, and I like whip in it real quick. I turn my lights off. I'm like sitting there quiet, like, oh God, please. I'm watching my rearview mirror, and the cop Drives by. He drives right by me. Oh, thank you, Lord. Man, I thought that you had forsaken me. I thought, sure, man, I thought I was going to jail. Okay. So I gave it a couple of minutes. And I'm sitting there. And now I'm starting to weigh out my life and like everything going on in my life. And I'm not gonna lie. I've been very angry with God right now. I just feel like he's just kind of he's let me down. And well, I feel like he has let me down on a lot of my crossroads that I've come to, because I'm feeling like I'm taking the road he wants me to take, and I'm losing. I'm not doing good. And so I wait about 5 or 7 minutes, and it does occur to me, you know what? I'm gonna get out of this truck right now. I'm gonna climb across this front seat, and I'm gonna get on my passenger side. I'm gonna yell at God for a minute. I'm gonna let him know what I think, and I'm tired of all these come to Jesus meetings. Maybe it's time for Jesus to come to Dave meeting. Like I've got some power or something. I don't know. I'm very, very upset with the situation. Now, when I go to get out of the truck, you know the voice that tells you, don't do that. Do not do that. I always tell my kids, always listen to that voice. Don't ever ignore that voice. And I'm going to get out, and don't do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The come to Jesus, the come to Dave meeting, yeah, you're afraid of that, aren't you, Lord? No, I'm fucking being cynical. I'm stupid as hell. You know what? Okay, I'll give you that. You've been good to me. You've been good to me in the past. I'm going to ignore. I'm not going to get out here. I'm not going to get out. And I'm going to, you know what? I'm just going to back up, get back on this road. I'm going to find the city. Now, I'm on this dirt road for, I don't know, 35 minutes. And there's not a stop sign. There's a few houses here and there. Nice houses. I'm like, man, I need a dip. I don't want to try to get my dip with these rough roads, and I need new shocks for my truck, and I'm hitting all these bumps, and now I'm just really getting angry. And I'm starting to shout at God, like, why, like, all I need to do is just get me home. Like, why is that so hard? Why you gotta let my phone die? In fact, what is going on in my life, Lord? I'm trying to do everything you tell me to. You're letting me down, bro. I know you got a lot of shit going on in the world. I know, but man, I really feel like I've been a good servant. I've done everything you asked me to do. Why in the hell are you taking me down these fucking bunk-ass dirt roads right now? I can't find a stop sign or a place to stop. I'm like, if I could just power up my phone. Just give me 7-Eleven, I can power up my phone. Give me something to just give me something so I can get my bearings and figure out where I'm going. The speed limit on these dirt roads is 50, 55 the whole way, and I cannot find a stop sign for the freaking life of me. Now, I'm coming up over this hill, and I swear, I go to look at my rearview mirror, and that cop is going down one of the roads that I passed, the crossroads, and I see him go by. I'm like, oh, shit. It's that officer. Man, we are way outside of the city that I was told that he would not come past a 50-mile-an-hour sign. Oh, my God. And now he's backing up, and now he's coming back towards me. I'm like, he's got his lights on again. I'm like, oh, God, this cop is just not letting us go, man. Oh, Jesus. So I start trying to do the same thing. I'm zigging, I'm zagging, I do the exact same thing, bro. I turn to this a lot of trees, and I turn this other road, turn my lights off, and I see it again. He goes in my rearview mirror. I'm watching. He goes by. Now this time, when he goes by, I see a glare in my rearview mirror that looks like my cell phone. Like my cell phone. Wait, my cell phone died. Wait a minute. Hey, and now I'm thinking, oh, did I leave my cell phone on the bed of my truck? Did it fall in my bed? Because I'm seeing the glare of this phone. I'm very confused. And that's I was thinking, man, my cell phone died. I just tucked it underneath the seat. What the heck is going on? So again, I think, you know what, Lord, maybe it's time. Maybe we do need to have that come to Dave meeting. I'm going to get out right here, and I'm going to shout into the heavens. There's nobody around. I'm going to shout into the heavens, but I really think, like, how you've let me down, how you've forsaken me. I go to get out of the truck, and that voice says, no, not here. No, do not do that here. So again, like, okay, well, you're really avoiding this conversation, boy. I got something to prove to you. So I back up again. Now I'm going back on the road. Now, I'm coming up over this hill, and I'm 50, 55, just like I was. And now, as I'm going down this road, I see a car over on the right-hand side. I'm like, no freaking way. We are way, way out of the city that I started all this with. Sure enough, I drive by. He flips his lights on. Oh my God, this cop. Oh, he just won't let it go. Just will not let this go. So, he flips his lights on. Like, okay, well, I'm busted now. I gotta stop. I can't keep avoiding this guy all night. And he's obviously dead set. He's obviously dead set to give me this ticket, take my truck, put me in jail. Oh God, oh yeah, you're really screwing up my life, God. You're screwing everything up now. I can't believe you're doing this to me. Sorry. I'm still trying to take this story in. I'm still trying to figure it out. So, I'm slowing down. It's at this time that I realized this is not an officer for the city that I was trying to escape. This is actually a highway patrolman. It's a highway patrolman stopped me. So he's in his county. He's full reign. Oh my God. So I'm just ready to tell him everything. Listen, I got fired from my day job. I just can't afford the insurance right now. Listen, take my truck, take me to jail. I know it's your duty, you know. Sorry. So I rolled my window down. I was staying because I'm not a law enforcement officer by any means, but I've been a security officer for 25 years. Quarter of a century. I've done bar concert security. So I know the rules of the game. So it being past bar hours, I always do this thing when I'm stopped by a police officer, and it happens quite a bit. When I stop my car, I put the keys up on the hood just to let him know I'm not going anywhere. So I put my keys up on my hood, and he's got his light. He's coming up to the truck. Sorry. So, this officer gets to the truck, man. He says, "Man, you've been trying to avoid me." Yes, sir, I know it's not right. Listen, I don't have insurance right now. I didn't want to go to jail. And I've been trying to get away from that. So yes, I'm guilty. You know, put the cuffs on. I'm ready. He says, so, you know, I wouldn't normally pursue you, but I feel like the little voice in my head was telling me that I really need to have a conversation with you. Okay, I understand. He says, I stopped you to let you know that you cannot drive with a passenger in the tailbed of your truck. Sir, I don't have anybody. I know there's a bunch of trash back there. There's nobody in the bed of my truck. Now the officer is the light in my face. He pulls his gun out, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on right now? He starts saying, show me your hands. I'm gonna see your hands right now. Dude, I put my keys on the hood. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know. And that is when I see someone stand up from the bed of my pickup. There's this individual, and the light shifts, and I see now the light is on him, not me. And as he's going to get out of the bed of the pickup, I noticed that he has a Confederate flag tattoo on his neck. He says, "You were giving this man a ride?" I said, "No, no, sir. That is a gentleman that I threw out of a bar in Norman just last Friday night. When I threw him out, a firearm set off of him." So the cop's like, "Oh shit." He's like, "Let me see your hands." The guy's he's totally cooperative. So the cop puts big handcuffs, pulls the gun off of him. He goes and puts him in a car. Now, let me back up a little bit. I worked at a gas station for 8 years. It was Oklahoma City, and I'd been there for 8 years. Like I said, 7-Eleven moved in about a block away, and I was recently let go because they could no longer afford to pay my wage because of the new competitor movement in. There was one of my regulars that comes in regularly that does deliveries. Let me know about 9 months ago that his son, he had a son, and his son had about 5 kids, and his son was he was gangbanging, he was selling drugs, just the only way that he knew how to get by. But he was shot down in cold blood, and he had about $1,200 on him, and whoever this individual was set up to meet with him at a hotel off of no, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to give out too much information. The cop runs, and I prayed at that time when my friend was telling the story, because he's telling me that he had to take on his sons, all his grandkids had to move into his home. It's just him and his wife, and they're not bad kids by any means, but they're misguided. They're trying to learn from their father on how to get by in life, and it was a big burden to my friend. I'm sorry, hold on, I gotta let my cat out. It was a big burden. I apologize. It was a huge burden to my friend to have to take his grandchildren in his home, but his son was murdered in cold blood. So when that individual left, and I can't even believe that I forgot this story in the meantime, but when the person that murdered his son went to leave the hotel that they were at, there was one person staying in that hotel that was 3 doors down from their location. It was an older African-American female, and she said when she heard the pops, this guy shot his son about 6 times in the chest. She waited for a little while, about 5 or 7 minutes, and then, sorry, I gotta plug my phone in. After about 5 or 7 minutes passed, she went to go peek out the window just to make sure it was clear. She saw one person leave that establishment, and he had a Confederate flag neck tattoo. Fast forward 9 months, I'm tossing this guy out of one of my bars that I work, and when he hits the ground, a firearm goes flying off of his person. Well, I immediately confiscate the firearm. I tell him that I give him the clip to the gun after I empty the rounds. I give him the clip to the gun, and I tell him he can leave, and then he can pick his firearm up during business hours the next day. But I wasn't going to be there, and they were going to have strict instructions that they were only giving the firearm just if he presents his ID. That's it. That's you know, I try to be fair. I thought, I'll have his clip. I'm going to throw his bullets in the trash. I'm going to give him his gun. Well, being the bonehead that I am, when I tossed him, I guess he had to go to the bathroom really bad, and he had accidentally urinated himself, and I made fun of him in front of a group of people. Look, you some big gangbanger. Yeah, look, you pissed your pants. Come on, man. Like, it's not right. Shouldn't have done it. But I did. I thought it'd be good to call him out, and thought he should think about what he's doing in the future. As soon as that man went to get out of my truck, that I didn't know he was there, the first thing that I saw was that tattoo on his neck. Immediately recognized him. Sir, I tossed that man out of one of my bars not 3-4 nights ago, and he had a firearm on him. Cop at that one, I was thought if he was pulling his weapon on me, he was not pulling it on me, he was pulling it on him. The officer takes him into custody, and I'm waiting, like, what the hell is going on? Like, what? I'm not even worried about God anymore. I'm mind blown that who knows how that situation could have went. The officer comes back to talk to me. Well, yeah, he confirmed that you punked him in front of his boys, and had to go to the bathroom really bad. He urinated himself, and you made fun of him. You said that he got into your truck tonight because he was going to wait for you to stop before wherever you were, didn't matter if you were at home or wherever, as long as it was secluded, he was going to pull that gun on you, and he was going to demand that you urinate your pants. Just to get fair, eye for an eye kind of thing. The cop said, when I asked him, what if you wouldn't have? What if you would not have succumbed to his demand, and what if you just would have refused to urinate yourself? He said he looked out the window. He said, "No more questions, sir. I want to talk to my attorney." It's at this time that here I called him in as ID. He's like, turns out this man is wanted for a murder 9 months ago, where he met a gentleman at a hotel in the area, just down off the highway. And when it's time to make the exchange, he took the $1,200 in cash. He cut this man down in cold blood. He was dead set to have a conversation with you where he made you pee your pants. But he said he's been waiting in the back of the truck for about an hour. And when you showed up with someone in your cab, he couldn't believe it. Like, oh, now I gotta wait. And he said you sat in the person's driveway for 45 minutes. You were having a conversation. And it's like, okay, well, I gotta wait. He said you stopped 3 times. And 3 times you went to get out of the truck. He's like, oh, I got him now. I got him. But each time he got back to the driver's seat and took off again, he said every time you hit a bump, every time, he's like, oh, this guy just stopped so I just want to make him piss his pants and so I can fucking just get out of here. And now he's flipping out because dude, I was so far away from my home when I was actually, the cop he did not give me a ticket. He gave me a warning on all the stuff that I was worried about. One of the things that because I was shouting in the cab to God, I was driving, you can't even get me home. You can't even give me a stoplight. You can't give me a place to rest for a single second so that I can get my bearings. Just gave me my bearings the whole time. This man was wanted for murder. And he was in the back of my truck, waiting to have a conversation with me, alone, secluded. Stopped and out of the truck. Every time I went to give him the opportunity, I was told not to. And I listened. So the next time, did you think that God has forsaken you? That you're down a road that you need to be on, that you do not need to be on? You really do. You really do. Thanks for listening.